Grumpy Vlogger here. I gotta tell you about a story that I'm filming this on Friday, November 1st. I'm gonna try and leave out any names or make it so that nobody can figure out who it is. But there is, you're always hearing about these DNA tests and stuff about what excitement, people are excited that they're finding out they're related to, I don't know, King Henry V or something like that. I don't know. But sometimes there's some real surprises. I mean, surprises that you just couldn't imagine. This story I'm telling you, it's a true story. I am acquainted with a couple of younger men from way back when, and they've known Judy and I for forever, and they were friends. They met randomly in high school, and they'll know who I'm talking about, I'm sure. But they met randomly in high school, and grew up, and you don't know everything about everybody, and I didn't know a couple of the facts that might have led you to believe, okay, now that's not such a surprise. But when you don't know all the facts, but it turns out it was a bit of a surprise. One of the young men had been adopted from birth, and he got his records unsealed, and he had there was no listing of a father. And the other young man, who's a couple years younger, like I said, they'd met randomly in high school. They live in the same town, and it turns out they were both born in the same hospital. But the one, he did a DNA test trying to track down any possible relatives from his birth family. And when he did that, and these guys have known each other for, I don't know, 15 years or more, maybe longer. And but they, the one who was trying to maybe find something, he does his DNA test, and when it's through one of these ancestry, ancestry.com or DNA123 or something like one of those things. So he did it, and of course, it automatically, anybody who's done one and is registered in their database, it pops up who they are. Well, he had a relative pop up that said he was a relation, with great nephew or great nephew, or to this person. And it just so happened he knew that this guy was the great uncle to this friend that they'd met in high school. And so he calls him up, and they'd been estranged for a few years because of some other things. It happens with people. They grow different directions as they become adults. But anyways, he'd been estranged, and so he reaches out to him, and the other young man says, yeah, what? He says, well, I found this, I did this DNA test, and I found this really strange fact. Turns out your great uncle is related to me somehow. We may, I don't know, be brothers or somebody. And he goes, really? He says, huh? And he says, would you be willing to take a DNA test? He said, well, yeah, why not? And so they did the DNA test, and when they came back, the guy that did the first started this whole thing, he calls the other guy up, and he says, well, turns out we got the same dad. Now the father had passed away back this summer, so they couldn't talk to him. And the boy that was adopted, he was adopted at birth, and he did find his birth mother, and she won't talk to him. The other one, his mother is gone, and apparently the father was a bit of a rounder, a bit of a rascal, and obviously he was a bit of a rascal. But it just so happened they randomly met, and so be careful when you do those DNA tests. You may find relatives you may not want. And I'm pretty sure that I don't have any out there, so don't come knocking on my door saying you're related to me. I know most of my relatives, and the ones and if you're related to me and you got lots of money, well, put me in your will, okay? Anyways, guys, I'm the Grumpy Vlogger. I just thought you'd find that interesting. Be careful what you ask for. You might get it, or you might not like what you do get. All right, I'm out of here. Be nice to everybody, okay? I am the Grumpy Vlogger. Bye-bye for now.
Well, I'm known as the grumpy vlogger.
Hey folks, I know you could have watched their videos, and I want to thank you for watching mine. So always be nice to each other, and don't forget. Okay? Alright, you have a good one. I'm out of here. Bye bye for now.